Alright, so hey everybody. It's been a bit since I did a video. I think it's been a few days at least. I don't really remember though. But in this video, um, basically I decided to do this because I think it's more interesting. I think it's a more interesting thing. Would you date this character than would you smash them? Because it actually forces you to think about their personality and their values and stuff like that. It actually forces you to think about how that would work. Unlike just, oh, a quick fuck. Like, that's just basic attraction and shit. But whereas with this idea, it takes a bit more thought. But some of these are going to be, they're just going to be so easy. Some of them are going to be really easy to just say no to. Um, okay, let's just start. Chase Hunter. Hmm. Well, considering we hardly see any of the real Chase. We only really see the real Chase in Flynn's route for a very short amount of time. So I can't really judge what Chase is actually like because a lot of that is just Sam controlling him and manipulating his actions. But if I was going to remove that aspect and just say that Chase is the Chase that we see in the game, that he is like that as a person, then I would have to say I'd date him. I mean, in some fictional universe where that's even possible, like I probably wouldn't, but I would. I would date him. TJ. Yes, Tobias. Tobias Hess. He's a developmentally and emotionally stunted adult because he was coddled throughout his childhood. And because of that, I mean, sure, he has his own personality and he has his own interests and shit, but he is very much emotionally and developmentally stunted from his trauma, compounded by the fact that his friends babied him for the majority of their childhood. And based on that alone, I'm just gonna say no. I would, nah. I, his personality, sure, it's like all bubbly and cheery and fun, but that's not me. I couldn't stand being around a character like that in a, no, sir. Oh, Carl Hendricks. Now, this is interesting because he's not exactly my body type, but we're talking about like date, which is more emotional than that. He's very much a depressed, lonely stoner, and he has trouble with self-image, and I guess he has a lot of anxiety and depression going on, which in a relationship really wouldn't be the best. You need to work on yourself before you do that, so that's a no. Um, I'm actually surprised. Uh, the only one that's in date so far is Chase, which that makes sense for me. That makes a lot of sense for me. Um, Flynn Moore. Now that is a definite yes. That is a definite 100% yes. Everything about him is, well, not everything. He has his downsides. He can be a bit of an asshole, but the majority of the time he's just a harsh guy, which it seems that that's too much for the majority of, the major yeah, it is the majority of the Echo fandom, fan fandom to like him. It's either they like him because of his appearance or how good he can fuck people, and personally, I find that to be so shallow considering that if you pay attention to Flynn's route and actually give a shit about the characters, then you would realize that sex is not a good thing for Flynn. In fact, he's using it to cope with shit, to cope with his trauma. which I'm noticing. You notice a lot of coping in Echo when you pay attention. But yeah, I definitely date him for sure. He's definitely the best character in that game. Leo Alpha, yeah, it's immediately fuck no. Um, I've already made my feelings about him abundantly clear. I don't really need to say anything other than he's a manipulative liar, molesty creep that obsesses over his ex as if they're still together, and he does this so often that basically he creates a Tulpa version, which is fucking insane. It's fucking insane behavior. It really is insane behavior. Raven, I don't know anything about you. I do not know anything about, like, genuinely. The only reason he was included was because he was a fucking patron character. Like, all you know is he's hyper active and shit, and that they, I don't know. I don't know shit about that character. Kudzu, of course, this dude. That's a definite yes. He is dependable. He's a great guy. Yeah, it's just good. It's a good choice there. Oh my god. Fucking Christ. Julian. Julian, I don't know anything about you either. I legit don't know a fucking thing about him. I'm noticing a pattern there with those two patron characters in particular. I don't know shit about them. I don't know if Daxton and Micah are also patron characters, but they have way more depth than these two. Like, it's incomparable how good these two are compared to these two. I think that's because both, I think Carl and TJ were written by Howley, and Flynn and Jenna were written by McSkinney, which just the fact that I find these two way more compelling and way more interesting than the yeah says a lot about Howley's writing in a way. Daxton, I would, nah, I don't know about that one, Chief. That's a bit of a not at all a good dude. I would not do anything. It's just I don't like him. He's not a good person and shit. And like, oh boy. Well, he's a good person. It's just not really my personality. Not what I want to do that with. Micah, okay, yeah, I'm a crazy person, so yes, I would. God, I'm a crazy person. Okay, I'm very crazy. I'm a cuckoo bananas person. So yes, like his personality and everything, he actually has a lot of characterization that make me like him a lot. He's one of the only bearable characters in the like side cast, along with Daxton. Daxton are the only two bearable ones. Julian and Raven are awful. We're out of the ecosphere now. We're getting into that. The next six characters are all. Oh my god, I hate this game so much. I hate Ad Astra with a burning passion. Well, not really a passion. I just don't like it. It's so poorly written. The characters have less depth than a fucking plate. It's just ridiculous, man. God, all the fucking dogs moving around and the birds chirping and the idiots walking around doing crap. Really fucking annoying. But Marco, absolutely not. I do not know anything about him. He's a cardboard cutout that you're meant to put yourself in through you're basically just supposed to be him. He has no characterization outside of, oh, I want to go home, and oh, this wolf dude's kind of nice actually. It's really bad. It's bad characterization. It's bad writing. Honestly, Chase. Chase of all characters has more character and personality than Marco. That says a lot. The literal possessed person whose emotions and actions are dulled because of said possession is more interesting and characterized than a main character. Very interesting. Um, the other main character, I should say. Yeah, that one's a no. He's an idiot. He's impulsive. He thinks with his emotions. His his politicking skills are absolutely abysmal. Just trash. He's a spoiled brat that thinks he deserves to be emperor for no other reason than I'm rich and my daddy said I could, so I'm gonna do it. That's literally the only fucking reason. Like, he's terrible. I do not like him. Oh boy. Right. Cassius, that's a definite, yeah. I think you're starting to notice a pattern here. He's smart. He's really great at the politic and shit. He actually cares about his fucking people and the planet, unlike someone. Like, yeah, he cares too, but he doesn't really do anything in regards to that. He would have actually done shit if he wasn't a puppet controlled by the next person. But, and what a shitty fucking garbage that was. They wasted him as a character. But yeah, he's a great good. Definitely would. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Like, honestly, no. If you even suggested that, he would fucking kill you. So, that's. I don't need to explain. Oh, Alexios. Toad. Yeah, he's. He's a chaos sower. He's sent to do the dirty. But then Howley decided, you know what? Actually, he's not a chaos sower, and his politicking skills are on par with Amicus's. Not really, they're better than his, but they're pretty close. Because it's like, oh, he actually did love Cassius and shit. But for a character in Adastra, he's actually pretty good, but still, absolutely not. That's a terrible character. Now, for real, that one's interesting. Alan's certainly interesting, I suppose. I don't know. Would I not like? Oh yeah, it's the disgraced son of the pharaoh from Camia and shit, and characterized as a very horny boy with some issues. Just no. Just no. That's not happening. Isn't it interesting how there's only five characters so far that I would date? That's interesting. Um, right. Samuel Ayers. Well, let's see. He's a person that is trapped in this awful town by circumstance. He he tries to get out and then is almost killed by Jack, then has to kill Jack in self defense and is stuck in the town again. Just like his characterization is leagues better than Chase's, which makes sense considering that he's the person possessed in Chase. But I don't know if I'd date him to be honest. Like especially considering what happens to him and how he turns out morally. Fuck that shit. That's terrible. Like God, no. Nikolai Kroll. Now this one's interesting because he's a Russian boy and all that shit, and um, he's honestly he's a sweetie. He's an emotionally sweet person. He's got a lot of warmth in his heart, but he's also really fucking protective of Chase to a really disturbing degree at points. Like I like not really disturbing, but overbearing. What the fuck, Chase? I mean Sam. That's a no. Yeah, but Clifford Tibbets or fucking Cornelis Howlink or I think that's how I would say his name. I don't really care, but I mean he's already duplicitous lying person. So automatically that completely ruins trust, and that completely makes him distrustworthy. And also he lied about the reason he came, and then he finds out that his deal is going to be screwing the native people over, the Meseta, and he has the fucking choice to just go along with it. I would honestly not be surprised if the ending is just he goes along with it, and the railroad's built, and you can't choose anything else. Like, that would make a lot of sense narratively for him. But because of that, no matter how much I like him, he's wouldn't date that fucker. Not in a million years. Murdoch Burns. Okay, yeah, this dude's cool. I like him. A lot of characterization and shit, and like, oh boy, the fucking revelation in the last update of what his sister's doing to him. What a fucking piece of shit she is. What an absolute cuntwipe. Holy hell, I hate her. But yeah, in terms of Murdoch as a character, he's probably the only character in the smoke room I'd actually date, based on his personality and his like backstory and the way he reacts to the world, and just it's just great. So now there's six in the top, and now the majority are in here, which makes sense. William, whatever the fuck your name was, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm guessing great grandfather of Janice here, which is really sad considering his whole "oh, I want to get out of this town" bullshit. Yeah, it's really like honestly, all the characters in the smoke room are like all the main characters in the smoke room are absolutely tragic individuals. But his impulsiveness is that like nah, absolutely not. Would not happen in a million years. Oh, great. We've got this piece of shit. Fucking James Hendricks the Third over here with the fucking I hate him. He's terrible. He's a rich bigot who is absolutely despicable morally. So yeah, that's a no. Todd, I literally know nothing about you. I only know your like defining character traits that are very surface level and all that. But, like literally know nothing else. So yeah. Oh, what was your fucking name? Jedediah, right? That was his name. Fucking Christ, I don't even remember all these characters. Like a lot of their names, which is funny. Oh my god, there's so much noise going on. Why is there so much noise? But basically, he's actually got more characterization than Todd, at least. Like, he's actually an interesting character. There's stuff I could see happening with his character, unlike Todd. Honestly, yeah, I would date him, you know. Ralph. Oh boy, this one's interesting. Oh boy, this character is an absolute mess of a person, and oh my god. We haven't really gotten to know him in depth because we've only heard stuff from Murdoch about him. But his personality, and honestly, the accent I gave him, I can't even do it. Whatever, I really like the accent I gave him. Like, I it's fucking whatever. Yeah, it's definitely would date. No, what am I saying? No, I wouldn't. But I, oh, Clint. Well, okay, assuming that he, fixed the way that he think. Well, no, no, just no, no. I don't even need to explain those three. Like fucking Duke Tibbetts over here, fucking the great grandson of him. How the fuck does this go to that? That is insane to me. That is terrifying. That's the most tragic part, honestly, that he doesn't leave. That somehow he doesn't leave the town, has a fucking kid with some woman, and then this is the result of that. Good lord, I don't know anything about you. I don't know shit about this character. He's literally a one-time appearance. Oh, the simulacrum of Sam that appears in like adult Sydney form to mock Flynn. Yeah, that's definite nope. That's a nope for me. The monitor or Dragon Daddy as I call him. Yeah, fuck off. You're terrible. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. I am sorry. Yeah. And of course, I'm going to give him a no. I'm sorry, you're not. That's not happening. Not in a million years. Scipio from Kamia. Now we basically know nothing about this dude. Like we know he was involved in the riots and he's traumatized because of that. He's fucking PTSD. He's smart. He's interested in other cultures. He's open-minded. He's a cool dude. He's a lot of great personality. Yeah, that's Wood Day for sure. Oh, I'll remember your name, but that's a nope. You're a bigot. You're a racist, xenophobic bigot. So fuck off. Same with Brunus. I don't like you either. I don't like you either. So there you go. That's the thing. I'm a bit of a stickler apparently, because there's only eight. There's only fucking eight in the Wood Day, and there's all these other ones here, and of course the women are incompatible with me because I'm a fucking gay boy. I'm a fag. So yeah, thank you for watching. I don't fucking know what I'm saying anymore. I just feel weird. Bye bye, motherfuckers.